Welcome. I am Erin Pearson-Mills, your favorite Las Vegas redhead realtor.
I'm Nick Aquino, co-founder of Aquino Capital Group and your local mortgage broker.
I am Edward Znart. I am a local real estate agent and a market analyst.
And this is Unlocking Las Vegas. Welcome back to Unlocking Las Vegas with your favorite redhead realtor of Las Vegas, Erin Pearson-Mills. Today is a really, really special subject for me. It's kind of like the new year, new me, all the things that you're sick about hearing about. Now, we are going to talk about real estate, which we kind of do all the time. And you know what? Even if you're a veteran, you still need to save money to get into a home. Okay. And so we're going to be talking about budgeting, if you should give yourself an allowance, and a little bit of all of that. So I'm excited to have Ferris back into the office, and we have very different views on literally almost everything. So I love to pull her in here to talk about if you guys are just in general trying to spend less money, give yourself a budget, or go toward goals like a vacation coming up, saving for your kids' colleges, buying that Louis Vuitton purse. How are you gonna do it? How are you gonna do it?
Okay.
So welcome, Ferris.
Hey.
Hello.
Happy 2024.
Okay, so you gotta save money. You have to save money. I just read a statistic that the average American that does make over $100,000 is still living paycheck to paycheck. Now we can blame it on, the higher prices with groceries, gas, the entire 9 yards. But I am going to be the what? I'm going to be the anti-person and just say social media is over-influencing everybody to look a certain way. Have the beautiful house, have the beautiful car, have all the beautiful clothes, have the eyelashes. What else do you see on TikTok that you feel like you need to have?
Social media doesn't do that.
100% disagree.
How about the fact that it's like the knockoff Uggs? I swear every time I watch TikTok, it's like, or the chair. It's the office chair. It's the wide chair that you can sit like Indian style. That's the kind of stuff that I run into. That's kind of what I'm. Well, it's all these like random things that you want, but you don't need.
No, okay, so the whole point is, who is that when you're decluttering your house? I always say it wrong, Maria.
An organizer?
Maria Kondo. It's like, if this
it doesn't bring you
shirt
joy.
doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Okay, here's the opposite. So if you are bad at this, if you're looking at this beautiful Starbucks cup at Starbucks,
I got this for free, actually.
we're not going to ask you if it's going to bring you joy because you're gonna say yes, but do you need this? But do you need this?
I mean...
No, because you already have 47 of them.
No, I don't have 47 of them. I have a small little hoard, but I just started this, and I always said I was never going to do it, but I'm good right now. But there were a few. This one was free. This was free.
I'll give you that one.
There was a few that actually got messed up in the dishwasher, so I had to replace them.
Okay. I am just not that type of a person. But
even though I got her one that's tailored just for Chanel, by the way. It's like a little fancy special one, so don't let her fool you.
It's over there, but it was a gift and I love it. Okay, so here's my point. I mean, do you want to live paycheck to paycheck? Does it feel good to live paycheck to paycheck? What happens if your car gets broken? What happens? These are the rainy day funds. Do you have one of those? Okay, so my favorite Las Vegas influencer, no names because too many of you already follow him. No, I love him. So I love his theory because he was born and raised pretty poor, didn't have a lot. He got a great job nightclubbing, or the security at nightclub, made tons of money, spent it all. Like as soon as you made it, spend it. Now he is very refined, he grew up a little bit, and one of the best things I've ever heard him say was make it your goal every single day to spend as least money as possible. Now, in the same voice, we're both very giving and we love charitable aspects of the community. And so, maybe instead of spending that $20 on, dude, you go through Taco Bell, you can spend $20 these days.
Barely.
I mean, if you have to spend that $20, try to give it away. I'm all for that, but I loved that. Try to spend the least amount of money a day, because it literally kills me. I'm old school, I'm older, let's just say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did come from money. We were very comfortable. We had 2 houses with 2 incomes, very, very well off. But I was the really creepy kid that I would get mad at my parents if they overspent. So I don't know what was instilled in me. Maybe it was my grandma and my great grandma that came from the Depression, that we folded, the tin foil and put it back, and we would wash the gallon-sized bags. I mean, I came from that, and so I find the value in $1. Okay, I look for the deals. Okay, all right, let's get back on point.
I can't with her.
So I love waking up with the Wagoners. Now it's only one Wagoner in the morning, but Channel 3, and I loved it. She said, I'm married. He is definitely more financially responsible, and she's like, if I get it, I spend it. So he puts me. They are married. He puts me on an allowance, every week, every 2 weeks, what have you, and she sticks to it. And I said, well, Ferris, you're married, so how is it in your life? My husband.
This is my theory.
I love numbers and math, and so Mr. Mills, he loves to be in the bubble of, he doesn't need to know or want to know how much money we have. He has access.
Listen, this is my theory. You have a spender and you have a saver. Somehow they find each other. Now, there's other scenarios of people that are
kind of a saver,
afraid to spend, and you have the saver. So you have those scenarios too. But spender saver is my thing. My husband is in banking, and he's been in banking since the moment I met him. So, yeah, money conversations in our household get pretty heated. It gets very heated. It's not a very comfortable conversation for me, just because it's like not that I need it or that I, want it kind of thing. It's just, I'm just like, okay, let's just get it. And yeah, I've gotten a lot better.
There are some people, I'm not saying it's you, but there's some people that spending gives them that dopamine that it makes them feel good about that.
Oh, I can 100% agree with that. There's some days, like, I'll pick up my kid from school and she'll be like, where are we going? I'll be like, I don't know, I just want to go.
Yeah, so here's the thing. It's a very, very strange theory, okay? I do this constantly. Okay?
But hold on.
Okay.
Before you go to that,
because I'm going to say something controversial.
There's something about, going and just spending your money, I work really hard.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, I work really hard.
Treat yourself.
I work really hard, and there's sometimes I just do that. Do I look back sometimes on certain occasions and I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that? 1,000%. But I work really, really hard, and I have been a little irresponsible in the past on certain things. Have my bills have always been paid? Yes.
Yes, but what do you think is the comfortability? How many months of savings should you have? In your mind, what is your comfortability that you can sleep pretty well at night, knowing that, if something happens to your car.
As long as I have $5,000 in the bank account, I'm feeling.
So you have a number,
right.
You don't have.
I have a number.
Okay, so I do it in months. Now, I'm pretty good with about 9 months to a year's
worth. She's a real estate agent, so she has to do it in months.
Mine is completely different. Now, if you're on the 2 paychecks a month, the every other week paycheck, it would actually be a little bit easier because then you've got this box you have to fit in. You cut it in fourths, you pay your bills, you put this in savings, you invest this, and this is for your groceries. That's a pretty cool box. I'm very...
Not the grocery box, that's like half now.
I'm very mathematical. For me, ever since we got married, we have been in commission sales my entire life. And so maybe that's where my psycho spending comes in, because we've had seasons when we ran a wedding venue. So you've got the spring and fall seasons. You might make a lot of money in October, but you're not going to make a lot of money until March again.
That's habits and patterns, though. You got to think about it.
Most I'm the grasshopper.
Most people in Las Vegas, I feel like it's a 50-50 split.
Oh, let's not even talk about tips.
But I think it's a 50-50 split of what you're talking about. You have the people that are like you,
tips,
right? And then you have the people that are working the 9 to 5, because you're gonna have both. So and I have seen people that work on tips and the small little minimum wage paychecks that they do, because they make a majority of their stuff on tips, are really good at saving.
You have
to be. They're really good at being
otherwise you have a wad of cash and you're just gonna go to Target.
This is my goal for tonight. That I can have, and then I save the rest. If they go over that, let's say they had a great night and they make $2,000, that kind of puts you ahead.
Yeah.
But then there's some people that are like, oh, I have $2,000, and it's just like,
I want to go spend. Right. So I've always done this because I get the rush from putting things in a cart, whether it be a real cart or a virtual cart.
Really?
Yeah, so this is controversial. This is just an idiosyncrasy of your favorite redhead realtor. I call it bulimic shopping. Okay, so I will go.
You couldn't come up with a better word than that.
Regurgitative shopping. Come up with something else for me. Bulimia shopping. So basically,
how about impulse?
Let's pick because you have to wait. So I will go. Let's say Target. Okay.
It reminds me of that TikTok where it's like, all right, when we go, we're gonna go. We're gonna hold my hand, and they go, "Are we ready? No, now. That's Aaron. Now. Press the cart. Press the cart.
So I will take the cart all around Target, and I'll fill it with jewelry and clothing. And look, I'm not a Target shopper because they're horrendously overpriced.
Do you decide at the end what you're keeping?
I leave the entire cart and walk out.
Shut up. No, you don't.
So I have virtual cart. Now listen, people.
No, you don't.
Yes.
No.
So people
Hold on.
Stop. I stopped doing this because it's super rude because they have to put everything back. But I mean, I'm giving people jobs. I have not done that in a long time, and I have a really bad day.
I was gonna say we just went to Target and you didn't do that. No wonder why we didn't get a cart.
Yeah. So anyway, I realize that it is rude and that's not the correct thing to do. So let's talk.
She said she leaves the cart and then just leaves the store.
I do, and I feel like I filled the cart and then I left it. Okay, let's not do that. Now it's called virtual carts. So I will get on Amazon. Okay.
Well, thankfully, no one has to put it back.
Shein or Shine, whatever you want. Any of your.
Shein's the worst.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Shein for a second?
So I will fill up the cart. I filled it up with holiday outfits. Filled it up. And you know what? It's hard to do. I was like $300-$400. I had all the sweaters and all the dingle hoppers. And you know what? I would just look at it kind of every other day. And it got closer and closer to Christmas. And I was like, well, it's too late. And I never bought it. So I saved $300, like $380 by not buying it.
She's got a gazillion clothes, so it's probably in the best interest.
I actually don't. You know what?
You do.
I really recycle my clothing.
You
and
do.
I make it look
so
good.
it makes it seem like you have a lot
I'm
of different
actually really,
things.
really cheap when it comes to clothing, unless it's a monument piece.
Yeah.
A monument piece.
I literally have this dog like rubbing his entire life all over my body. I really don't understand what's going on.
Bo says, Mom,
he's feeling triggered from this spending conversation.
Bulimic shop my doggy treats because I know, don't look at me. Okay, so now when you come up with a budget, I love that, giving yourself an allowance as an adult. It's kind of fun.
I don't like that. I don't like it. I'll be honest.
I feel like if I had $100 a week, because I don't spend a lot of money. I really, really don't, unless it's like directly for business or for sponsoring a class. I'd be like at the end of the week, I got $100 burning a hole in my pocket. Let's go spend it.
I don't feel like, I don't like the allowance
I think it would really work for some
Unless
people.
Unless you really,
Well, let's say you're an overspender.
Listen, I mean, I feel like this could go like even longer than it's really supposed to, but I mean, if you really think about it, like there's people in the world. Can you not do that? That would be just fab. Hey, like
we love Bo. Bo is our emotional support dog.
Yeah, but he's like wild. Can you come here? So there's the situations where you have shared bank accounts, and I totally get that. Like if you're the spender and then you're married to the saver, you guys share a bank account and you're going wild, and it's like bills are getting taken out, but then it's like you're spending money. I get the allowance part of it. But there's also the portion of people, which I'm sure we can go down a rabbit hole. We don't have to do it today, but we can go down the rabbit hole of like, there's the people that are married that don't have the same bank accounts, like myself.
I think that conversations need to be had. Like, look, it's the new year. We have... It's almost daily conversations, okay? Because
I mean, communication is lost a lot
at the beginning of the year,
when it comes to money.
I think that a couple or a group or a single person have a conversation with yourself. What are your financial goals for this year? And now, for me, it's all positive things. I only have, this is so sad, ready? 3 more summers with Rocco in high school. So I'm like, okay, I want to, my goals are always travel. So I'm like, let's do a little trip, let's do a big trip, let's do a bigger trip with the kids. So mine is always travel. So I'm like, okay, so all of these is going to be approximately this amount of money. So here's, let's split it up. Here's the months. Mm-hmm. But I think that every single month, let's say you need to fix up your home. My home is from 1984. There's a lot to do here. But so bathrooms are a really big thing, okay? And so that has got to be this goal that we got to chip away at. It has its own savings account that has a designated amount that gets put up into it. And so I'm very spreadsheety. So I've got this huge spreadsheet for all of the trips.
This goes here, this goes there.
All of my,
I don't do that.
If Craig needs a new car, Rocco is turning 15 and a half at the end of April.
Yeah, I know.
These are the things. So I want to stress the monetary financial meeting of the minds with yourself, your partner, your family, your kids. Oh my, please bring your children into this. When Rocco was fairly little, he's like, put it on that plastic thing, Mom. Okay.
That's not how it works.
So we sat right down. And this kid, this is not sponsored, I love the Green Light app. And so you actually get an app on your phone with your child. You make their chore list. They have to check it off on their phone. And then what their weekly allowance, see, this is where it comes in, gets sent over to his account. I split it up. Let's call it $20 a week. He'll get $10 to spend, and he will get $10 in his savings.
That's cool.
That I completely control.
That definitely helps, set that up for success for sure. Because they only taught us how to write a check when we were in school.
Here's where
they didn't teach us finances.
I think that is a massive failure in the school system.
The conversation and the communication between, you and your partner in general needs to be high level. Especially in general as you're moving through your life. If you're wanting to buy a home, that's going to become imperative, because if you're just, spending like crazy, you don't really have a plan. Let's say, not everybody can afford to buy a new build. Maybe you have to buy something and it's like, those expenses are high. I'll just insert.
What you mean is if you bought a resale, you might have to fix some things.
You may want to upgrade some things. You may say, okay, well, I really like the bones. I used to hear this a lot. Like, the house has got good bones. Yeah. It's got good bones. Like, your house got good bones. There's just a couple things
from 1984.
That need to be upgraded.
They're getting middle-aged.
You have to, as you get older and you have more of these responsibilities, the communication needs to be there, because I'm going to insert something. So, we are, in a situation where some of our toilets were running in our current house.
I remember this story.
And, at first...
You didn't think too much about it.
Yeah, at first it was just like, okay, if I heard it, I would fix it and go fix it up or whatever. And I believe the toilets are probably over 10 years old.
And what happened?
Sure. And, I ended up getting them all fixed. And not calling somebody, but they all fixed magically themselves.
YouTube.
And I got my water bill the other day.
How much was it?
It was like $350. I literally shit my pants.
And so if something like this happens, like if you get a bill that you were not expecting, okay?
Well,
if
normally,
you live paycheck to paycheck, what's going to happen?
Normally in a budget, right? Most of you are like,
oh,
okay, my power's this much,
bill,
my gas is this much, my water's not going to be more than $65. Bro, $350? It's my daughter's birthday this month. Like, whoa, hold up a second. So it's definitely something where, in a sense of really saving a little bit, not overspending on things that you don't necessarily need, and making sure that you have that.
Bo thinks he's the producer
Bo's
now.
He's very,
well,
I don't know
and you know
what
what?
he's doing.
Back to,
That's his mom.
With the education system, just not teaching you how to be financially responsible. I love to say, I always want to be the dumbest person in the room. And I mean that I do surround myself with incredibly smart people, and I will ask these incredibly dumb questions. So if you're thinking about a home, don't be afraid to ask a real estate agent, or don't be afraid to ask a lender, because it's not going to hurt you. They are just questions. For me, I'm constantly asking my financial investor questions. Put your kids on life insurance now. We started our kids with Gerber life insurance.
We're going crazy now. Now we're going into things.
I know. I'm just saying.
Can we just keep to the basics?
Yes, we will stick to the basics. But my point is, ask questions.
Have open communication, ask questions, and, get your shit together.
And if you don't have the answer, there's a thing called Google. It will help you. So if you're afraid to talk to somebody that can seem a little bit salesy, you're like, oh, I don't want to talk to Erin. She's going to sell me a house. I think I'm here to help you.
In this society, Erin, at the end of the day, I think it's just better, make sure your bills are paid. Don't just...
Be serious about that rainy day
fund.
Honestly,
I'm gonna say something. Honestly, if you have a problem, get help.
Okay, so
For
I
real.
just want to end with back to the theory that social media and the overexposure and the housewives that I love, I want everything they wear and all the places they live and go travel. I love that they're now coming out with, and I saw it on the news today, so instead of like hashtag influencer, it's hashtag de-influencer. So if you actually search this up, hashtag de-influencer, there's women that'll be like, hey, instead of buying baby food, here's how to purchase it. Like they're teaching you how to save. That was just a random thing. So like,
You mean like someone who's like crunchy, someone who like homesteads
I
and like
didn't want to
makes
say
their
that.
own stuff?
Well, look, I can be a de-influencer.
But they're saying it's a de-influence. Like, I mean, listen, there are some handy and some smart and some,
money saving.
Like, you know what I really would want to be when I grow up, but I don't think I could like mentally do it.
What?
I want to be an ultimate couponer.
Oh my gosh, okay, I love this. My sister-in-law is one, but yo, she was like
It's
a stay-at-home mom.
intense.
She had the big thing. It's different now. This is when you actually like.
Well, now
cut
it's the
that.
apps.
I am
Now it's
an
the apps.
I'm an app worker.
She
dude.
got me on the apps.
App worker.
$5 Friday Albertsons.
Dude.
On the meats, I'm telling you, you know what happened to me the other day? Because I've been using the Smiths app, because there's Smiths by my house, and I love Smiths. I literally went in, and I was like, okay, I only have, $100 for some groceries. I just needed a couple things. I wasn't doing a whole haul.
Oh my gosh, I used to go like this. I used to go 1,
And
2,
I
3, 4,
entered-
5. Like I was that budgety.
I literally entered, my phone number. So they're like, oh, do you have a phone number? $50 off because of all the points I gained.
Exactly.
I was like, oh my God, I
You
wish
have
I
to
would have
check
known.
your rewards.
But I told her, I said, I wish I would have known.
Because then you would have overspent.
Because then I would have actually used it on like an actual huge grocery shop.
Yeah.
And the lady, she said to me, she said, well, now you have that $50. And I said, no, technically I don't. Technically, you just took it off my bill. That doesn't mean I have $15 more.
You have it in your bank account.
No,
sweetheart.
it doesn't work that way. It's
now
girl
you're,
math.
now you're girl math. Oh,
Girl
don't
math.
even girl math.
If I have cash, it's not real because it didn't come out of my bank account.
Wow. Okay. There's a wall between that because I am the financial person in my house.
it's free. Girl math.
There's
if I
no
have
girl math.
cash, it's not. It's like
free.
it's free.
It's not.
It's like I think I have like $10.
And this is why we're friends. This is why we're friends. We're like the odd couple because we're on two totally different
see,
spectrums.
spender,
Saver.
saver. My husband, saver, spender.
I don't know what Mr. Mills is. If I gave him free reign, if I gave him $1 million, he
I
would
feel
spend it.
once you get married and you've been married for a certain amount of time, like it gets to a point where like somebody just kind of submits. Just is like
better at it,
there.
or I would like to do
It's
this.
just there, and it's not necessarily a spender or a
But
saver.
would obviously
so
be
Craig
the
doesn't
spender.
fall into a category,
He doesn't. He has
doesn't.
the almighty wife over
and
there.
now he has completely joined us, and he was trying to get to her this whole time.
Yes.
So be a de-influencer,
yes, be
save your money.
a de-influencer. Rescue dogs. This is Bo. He is a rescue dog, and we love him. And so if
Save
you,
your money
if
because
you wanna
houses
be,
it's gonna happen.
if you want to be the new year, new you, start with finances.
It's same you. It's just what are you gonna do different?
What are you gonna do different? Let's save.
Let's save.
You know what? We
I'm
should
down.
have a saving contest. That
I don't know. I think I would lose.
I think you would totes lose.
I would totally lose. But I would be okay.
Well, we love you guys. We hope that you had fun with us, even though Bo is moving the camera to try to produce again. And I hope that we really just kind of got into your brain so you think a little bit wider and, with a little bit more light to have these honest conversations. So we're going to say goodbye now. Thank you for watching Unlocking Las
See you next
Vegas. You
week.
won't see this giant cast in 2 weeks.
Yay!
It will be gone. So bye.